longest running, highest rated Latin soap opera ever, to the point that I don't and won't do another one. Okay, that's how much that was. And she said, all my friends are making fun and they're saying, and I don't like it, I want you to do the show. I said, Ma, please, I don't really want to do it. She said, Papa, you got to do the show. I want to see you on the Spanish television. I said, okay, Ma, okay, I'll accept it. So I figure I'd get on the show, do a week or two, and get kicked off. Because I just did the Cooking Network show, Celebrities' Worst Cooks, with Rachel Ray and the blonde lady with the chicken hair. That's yeah, she was great. I loved her. Ray was, anyway, I did that show and I wasn't having any fun, and I won't show up unless I'm going to have fun for a job. I won't take it. I don't need to, so. But I took that one because it'd be in New York, I'd hang out, be in where I grew up. And I wasn't having any fun after the first day, so I said, after the first show, when the second show came, I said, I'm gonna get myself kicked off. So I overcooked my sandwich. Not over really cooked it. I burned the crostinis, yeah. But the sandwich I buttered like crazy so that when they grabbed it, it would drip down the shirt. And then that's a definite get out of here. Because when they said, the one who ever made this has gotta go, I went, yes! They cut that out of the show. They didn't show that part. So now I'm doing this dancing Latin thing because of my mom, just to get her off my case, and so that she could feel good with her girlfriends and the neighborhood and all this. And I figure I'd get on there, get in, and then get kicked off real quick. Man, I went 3 months. I had to go to the doctor in about the third quarter of it because I was not sleeping. I was stressed out because I was challenged, and the challenge took over me, and I took it like a challenge, but I couldn't really relax and sleep and handle it. So, man, I was worn out. But I stayed with it, I did it, and I lost 24 pounds, and I lost my butt. I left my ass on the dance floor. I got my ass. So bone. It was bone. Anyway, but it was very stressful. I went the whole 9 yards because of my mom. Well, she was always my motivation, so, you know, that was it for me. And children should be motivated. They find the motivation when they're young, forget about it. You can't stop them, you know. And so I stayed for 3 months. I came in third, and out of all the contestants, all the young guys. But man, what a beating I took. So I don't want to do that anymore either. But I took a beating. It's hard because the American one, you get the same partner every show, every dance. The Latin one, you have different partners, so it's harder. It was really stressful. I don't recommend it. Yeah, Wonder Woman. Yeah, well, I don't think I have any regrets in that area, you know, because I was happy to be Ponch. All I cared about was making money and getting my mother taken care of. I didn't care about the rest of it, okay? I mean, but that was me, okay? Yeah. But if I had a shot to do a role, I would have loved to have done Scarface.
Yeah.
I really would have. That would have been fun. You want to meet my little friend?
Yeah.
No, I just think I would have liked that. I would have liked it a lot. But, you know, I don't, I get asked, I'll get a call, and they'll say, they want they want you to put yourself on video and send it out to the director in New York for this movie and this and that, or Clooney's doing a movie and he wants, and I won't do it. I said, no. I've been at it 40-something years. Why do I got to put myself on tape? Either they want to give it to me or don't. You reach a point where, you got to say enough is enough, But you could only do it if, a lot of people don't have that luxury. Thank God I got that luxury. But I've been working since I've been 5 years old. My first job was selling snow cones in the street with my grandfather in Harlem, okay? And so I'm a worker. But I'm at the point that you want me to put myself on video for you. God, I got 40 years worth of stuff out there. Just take a look, Don't bust my chops. Get away from me. No, you change. But what makes it possible is that, if you got a little bread that gives you power, to be able to say no. And that's what money's for anyway, to get you over to the next level, to wherever you want to go, what you ever want to do. That's what it's for, to buy peace of mind, or a girlfriend. You buy a girlfriend. Sorry. Come on, ask me a question. Go on, sweetie.
Did you ever meet Selena?
Yes. So, which one? The Latin one or the regular one? Gomez.
No, the Latin.
Yes. In my soap opera, she did 14 episodes. As a guest. She was on the soap opera, Dos Mujeres Un Camino. And that was very interesting. Because here I am in Mexico at 42 years, what was I? 42 years old, 42, 43 years old, doing a movie called Juana la Cubana with one of Mexico's leading lady Rambo type, okay? And I'm speaking English because I don't know how to read or speak Spanish. I mean, I'm Puerto Rican and stuff, but I've been on the streets, and most children with ethnic backgrounds that are on the street all the time have to deal in English, so they lose their parents' language or their grandparents' language. It's a given. I mean, So I'm there doing this movie. I'm talking in English, and they're doing their thing in Spanish. They're dubbing my voice, and a producer from Televisa comes on the set and wants to talk to me. He's one of the major soap opera producers in Mexico City. Emilio La Rosa is his name. And he offers me a soap opera. He says, we want to do a soap opera called Dos Mujeres Un Camino, and you'll be the protagonist, you'll be the star of it. You're in love with a woman, and you're in love, you have a wife, and you got a kid, you got an adopted kid, and you got a son, and you got a partner, and you're driving an 18-wheeler. In the show, and the daughter of the guy that has 18-wheelers, 18 of them, big company, and you're just one maverick, His daughter's in love with you, but you married who you married, so they hate you for that, okay? That's fine. So while you're delivering vegetables, produce from here to there, like to Puebla, all the way from Tijuana, or Mexico City, there's somebody that hitchhikes on your truck, and it's a young girl. And you discover in the truck, and you're trying to just help her out, and what happens is you both fall in love with each other. So here you are in love with two women, which is taboo in any nationality, but mostly with the Spaniards. So I'm in love with my wife and family, but also I'm in love with the girl. The girl was played by an actress called Bibi Gaitan, and my wife's name is Laura Leon, who's like a treasure to Mexico, female treasure. She's just adored, like whoever we adored in this country, whatever actress that we all adored, So he offers me, tells me this, and then I say, I got really embarrassed because I didn't know how to read or speak proper Spanish, let alone read it, okay? So he says, I tell him, and he says, don't worry, we make it that you were born in Mexico, raised in San Diego. something, oh, cool. I'm gonna, talk 2 words in Spanish and the rest is gonna be in English, I'm figuring. And the words will be sí or no in Spanish, I hope. But no, he sends me a script and I can't read the script. I can't read it. So I'm super embarrassed. So I tell my manager, I says, listen, I don't want to just tell them no. It would be rude. And I don't want to bend their nose. It's a big organization. They run the Latin American countries, these television networks. They run the country. I said, I don't want to be rude, and I'm totally embarrassed that I can't read or speak proper Spanish. So I want you to chase them away. Chase them away. I want you to ask for the moon. I said, they want me for 3 months, 100 episodes. I have to live in Mexico, shoot in Mexico. And so let's chase them away. Ask for, most Latin soap operas don't go like the American ones for 20 years. They go 100, maybe 120 episodes and that's it. They're done and then boom, they recycle. And then you start new ones. So I tell them, ask for $500,000. Yeah. Would you run? I'd run. I said, ask for $500,000 if they want me. And I figured that will get me out of it. They will say no and go somewhere else and get some other actor. They said yes. I said, oh, crap. I did, trust me. I said, okay. You got to go back and you got to hit them harder. They want me to live in Mexico. I got to live there. Am I going to see my children? All this and all that. You tell them that I want a house or penthouse that I will pick, decorated to my liking. I want a driver with a car of the year and a cook, and I want a cell phone, which was $1 a minute. I figure they're going to say no, right? They said, okay. So I went to Berlitz, a language school, because I was stuck. Because I was, anything I asked for, they would say yes to. So I had no choice. So I went to Northridge, California language school, Berlitz, and I worked real hard. And so my Spanish was kind of, Then I went to Mexico a month earlier because I wanted to go pick a place to live. I wanted to decorate it the way I liked it. And then I had to learn how to use apuntador. Apuntador is a thing, they put a little microphone here, and then they put an earpiece in here, and then they run it down your back, and you have transmitter and volume control. And because you can't shoot 10 episodes a day to memorize it. They feed you the lines while you're acting. Wow. Yeah, really interesting, huh? Yeah, it's a trip. It took me about 2 weeks to get that, to work the technique. But in my case, it was really helpful because my Spanish was not so handsome, So that was another adventure. So I figured, okay, we got the 88th episode, the 100th episode, 90th episode. I got 10 more episodes and I'm out of here. They added another 160 episodes. So now I went back. I said, well, I want to bump in salary and I want to go home every Friday. 3 o'clock dismissal. You dismiss me at 3 o'clock so I can make the Delta 507 flight to LAX. They said yes. And after the 160 was over, they added another 100. I was there for a year and a half when it was only supposed to be 3 months. I'll never go back to Mexico. I don't want to go back to Mexico. I don't even want to fly over Mexico. And financially it was a gold mine, which was, and it endeared me more to the Latin community and Latin countries because here I was, Latin American, who had success in America, and I did the reverse crossover. Everybody wants to come to America. I went there. I didn't want to go, but I went. And it got good. My Spanish got really terrific. I can read and I can speak it now, you know. But if you watch the first 20, 30 shows, my language is really kind of funny. People kind of funny. They would say, well, that's Spanish, but it's kind of funny Spanish. But I got it once I learned to roll the R's and proper pronunciation.
I think we've got time for one more, and then you've got a photo.
I'm having a good time. I'm hanging out.
All right.
Hi. Of all the Chip episodes that you did, what are the ones that you really enjoyed and remember the most that you really enjoyed doing?
Well, you know, I really liked a lot of what I did on Chips because I was from Spanish Harlem, raised on welfare, lived in the projects where, you know, I could spot a heroin addict across the street who needed a hit, had a hit, or was right in the middle of ecstasy, right? I mean, I come from that. So to be in this, you know, the show where I got exposed to jet skis, motorcycles, race cars, hang gliding, and a lot of women. You know, it's like being at Toys R Us, okay? Number one. When Larry Larry was the Lone Ranger and I was Tonto, but the people decided it'd be different. He'd be Tonto and I'd be Lone Ranger. And that was the fans. Every time Larry, they would say, okay, we're gonna do an episode where Larry is gonna play guitar and do a song, you know, at some game, whatever. They mix it in the show. Larry, when it come time to it, he say, I don't want to do it. Let Ponch do it. So I had to sing in one episode, you know. And then when we did a square dancing show where Larry was going to square dance, he'd say, nah, I don't want to do it. So he say, okay, let's get Ponch to do the dance. So I was exposed to a lot of things that I normally in life wouldn't have been exposed to or challenged to do. And I just took it on because being a street urchin, you take anything on, you know. That's what the streets teach you. You either don't or you get eaten, you know. So that was great. Those were great. Those shows were great. The singing and the dancing one, when I had to do that great big dance at the end after I delivered a baby on the dance floor, some girl went into labor.
Yeah.
Television.
Yeah.
And then I break into a dance. The one show I really liked, and I liked a lot of them, but one of them that I liked was the one that I did for Mothers Against Drunk Drivers. We incorporated that organization in that episode. And the girl that played my girlfriend and it was Beverly Sassoon, who was my girlfriend for like almost 3 years, you know. And she was also, we put her in it as my girlfriend who gets killed by a drunk driver. You know, to really show what's going on, you know, drunk driving and all that. I really liked that episode a lot. Because they wanted to marry Ponch off, but Ponch really can't get married off because then he's not available to all the girls. So they killed her off. No. but for a good cause. Yeah. You had a question. I saw your hand up. What?
I was just going to ask what your mom thought that you actually got to be an actor and a cop.
She was blown away. She was blown away.
Did you ever still want to be a cop after the show?
I'm a cop now.
Are you?
I went to an academy, became a reserve, put in 99 hours a year to stay certified for 3 years at one state. And then I said, you know what? I would work during the day, and I roll up on the house to serve a warrant or a domestic dispute, whatever was going on, and then when I come out, I'd have tons of people outside with cameras and want to take pictures. I'm carrying a real weapon, and these people want to do, you know, celebrity stuff. I said, no. So I changed it, and then I would put my time in at night. I'd switch to graveyard, and this was in Indiana. I'd switch to graveyard. And then I figured, okay, it'd be nice and quiet, and I do it in December. Early December was cold, nobody's out, boom. The bars I always got to go into bars. You had more domestic disputes at night. People would get crazy at night. They lose their cool. So you're in a lot of activity. You're in a lot of situations that are really can go any way. Could go south on you. And then I realized, one night, 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, somebody's going to mess up my hair real bad. I need to get out of here. And then I found out about a sheriff in Bedford County, Virginia, who had a foundation called Safe Surfing, surfing the web. And he had a foundation, and he needed to raise money so that he could make the software to educate children about the dangers, to give to schools for free, a program that's age-appropriate, interactive from K to 12, to give the children at schools for free so it wouldn't be any financial burden on the state, the school, the parent, to educate them on the dangers of the internet, the online sexual predators. They're right there. They're right there in your phone. They're in that phone right there. They're in my phone, and they're just a click away. And they're in your laptops and computers at home. And these guys will get on there. They get in the chat rooms, and kids will get in chat rooms and divulge information, where they live, what they like, they don't like. And these guys will groom a child and befriend the child for months until they come and take them, or meet. And they take them and they strap them to a wall or the floor or to a bed, and they destroy them. And the child is no longer a child and totally, destroyed for life. And I met a lot of them, and they don't have happy lives after losing their innocence before their time in a violent way and inappropriate ways. So I got involved with the sheriff to do PSAs in Spanish and English to raise money for these things. And then I got involved. I left the police department and I became a deputy sheriff with them for 8 years. I worked internet crimes against children, and I'm still at it.
Let's give him a big hand. Thank you for that work. That's amazing. Amazing work. Thank you. Everybody give a big hand for Mr. Erik Estrada. He's going down to his photo op right now, so be sure to stop by.
Thank you guys for showing up.
Yeah.
And I
Thanks.
thank you, really, for real.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
All right, see you,
Yeah.
buddy.
I'm a muscle.
Thank you.
Thank you.